We said earlier that the author's claim was that the light bulb was Edison's best invention. Now we are going to look for evidence that supports that claim. The kinetograph. According to Jean Beretta in Timeless Thomas, the kinetograph was the world's first motion picture camera. The kinetograph inspired many more inventions. This inspiration led Edison to construct the first movie studio, the Black Maria. Black Maria was another name for the vans that the police of the time used to carry prisoners to jail. Edison's studio was small, stuffy, and had black walls, just like the police vans. So the workers called it the Black Maria. He also invented the kinetoscope and the kinetophone to show the first movies. The kinetoscope was a machine that allowed people to watch movies. The kinetophone was a kinetograph with a phonograph attached to play sound along with the movie. Mr. Beretta says that the movie industry essentially started at Edison's lab. How do we know that the author of this text has read the book Timeless Thomas? The author mentions that book and uses quotations and information about Thomas Edison and the invention of the kinetograph. Why does the author reference Timeless Thomas? The author is citing his resource. Timeless Thomas provides information about Thomas Edison and the invention of the kinetograph. The kinetograph inspired people to invent new ways of recording life in motion. From TV cameras to cell phones, any invention that can record moving pictures was inspired by Thomas Edison's kinetograph. Inventors also created new ways to watch movies, such as television and online video sites. Edison's kinetograph changed how we see the world. Today, you can watch all kinds of movies at a movie theater. You can choose from hundreds of TV channels and millions of videos on the internet. You can also make your own movies with a cell phone. You can watch recordings of past events as if you were right there. And you can watch live events even if you can't be there in person. Imagine a world without the invention of the kinetograph. Instead of watching movies and TV, you would go to plays and listen to storytellers. There would be no visual record of historical events. You would only read about them in books. It would be a very different world. The kinetograph made a huge change to our lives. That is why it is one of Edison's best inventions. What evidence does the author use to support the idea that the kinetograph changed the world? In paragraph 5, the author says the kinetograph inspired people to invent new ways of recording. In paragraph 6, the author tells us that we can watch all kinds of movies, television, and videos on the internet. We can watch recordings from the past and present. If Edison had not invented the kinetograph, we would only be able to go to plays and listen to storytellers instead of movies, and we would not have visual recording of historical events. The phonograph. Jean Beretta writes that Edison's phonograph was the first device to record sound and play it back. Mr. Beretta says it was a major scientific breakthrough. The phonograph led to many more inventions. Edison invented the jukebox, the talking doll, and the dictation machine. Inventors who were inspired by the phonograph gave us vinyl records, compact discs, and digital music. Just as the music industry started at Edison's lab, so did the music industry. The phonograph changed the way we listen to music. Mr. Beretta writes that before Edison, it was not possible to record any sound we like. Imagine a world without recorded sound. There would be no singles, albums, or music videos. The only way you would be able to listen to music would be to hear a live performance of a singer or musician. Since we would not be able to record people speaking, there would be no voicemail, audiobooks, or recordings of memorable speeches. Today, we can only imagine what the Gettysburg Address sounded like when Abraham Lincoln delivered it, but because of the phonograph, we know exactly what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech sounded like. What evidence does the author use to support the idea the phonograph inspired other inventions? In paragraph 8, the author tells us that the invention led to many other inventions by Edison, like the jukebox, the talking doll, and the dictation machine. Two other examples he gives are other inventors creating vinyl records and compact discs or CDs. Earlier, we looked at our story and found the claim about